bucket mouth.
Hey guys, what's up? Lojo.fishing here. Today we're talking about kayaks, as you can tell. For those of you who don't know, I recently sold my Jackson Big Rig kayak. I shed a little tear for that one. It was a great kayak. I loved it. You know, I used it for the last year, and I just wanted to upgrade. You know, I felt it was time to start looking towards a pedal drive type kayak. And like I said, I loved my Jackson Big Rig. It was a great kayak. It was big, it was stable enough for a big guy like me, but oftentimes I would get caught out there fishing in the wind or, you know, hard conditions, and it just sucks. You know, even if you use like an anchor system, it sucks, you know. But anyways, enough with the old sad story about me selling my kayak. Now comes the task of figuring out which type of pedal drive kayak do I want to buy. I'm going to be examining 3 separate brands and types of pedal drive kayaks and kind of going through them one by one and kind of comparing, contrasting, talking about price point, you know, what I've heard about them, you know, reviews, and we'll go from there. Some of you guys have probably had these questions about different brands and different types of kayaks, but the first thing you've got to know going in is these things are very expensive, you know. Even the cheapest one is very expensive. So this is going to be an investment for me. Hopefully I don't have to buy another kayak or boat for a few years after I make this decision. Let's get right into it. The first kayak that I'm going to discuss, it is made by Perception. It's called the Perception Pescador Pilot. It's a circular pedal drive. From everything that I've seen, it's a very nice, affordable pedal drive kayak. And on that note, it is the cheapest. Being the cheapest isn't always better. You know, you got to think about the money that you're using. Is it going towards a quality product or not? The Pescador Pilot runs about $1,700, $1,799, like $1,800 with tax. And that's by far the most affordable kayak with the pedal drive system out there. That's probably the kayak that I'm leaning towards at this point. You know, it's just hard for me to justify spending any more money than that. You know, I spent about $1,300 on my Jackson Big Rig. It was used, and I thought that was just a huge amount of money. So $1,800, you know, that's not chump change. But from what I've heard about the Pescador Pilot, it actually had some issues when it first launched a few months ago. You know, there was issues with the drive getting loose, the actual propeller blade getting loose. There was problems with the pin that they used to hold the drive system in place getting loose and coming out. But I have actually talked to Perception, the manufacturer, and asked some of these questions, and according to them, they have fixed all of the little bugs that have been coming out the last 6 months on those kayaks. So, you know, by all accounts, everything's fixed. And those were the only problems that I ever heard of for this boat. Every other review that I heard was good. So that's option number 1. That's probably the option that I'm leaning towards the most, just because of how affordable it is. I also like the idea of trying new products and giving a new brand a chance that I've never used before. All right, guys, kayak number 2 that we're going to talk about today. And it's going to be the Native Watercraft Slayer Propel. Now this boat is a middle of the road price, okay? It's more expensive than the last kayak that I just mentioned, but it's less expensive than the final kayak I'm going to mention. I believe the MSRP is around $2,400, $2,500, depending on where you get it and the options that come with it. But it is a very, very well-known brand of pedal drive kayaks. You know, everybody has seen videos on YouTube, somebody fishing out of a Native Watercraft Slayer. And they've been around for a little while, unlike the last kayak that I just mentioned. So they've proven that they can withstand the punishment that us as kayak anglers are going to dish out. So that's a major positive when it comes to the Native Watercraft. The negatives are going to be that the price point is higher, and that hurts you in the wallet, you know, and that hurts. Also, they have had some similar problems that the Perception Pilot had with the drive system. Now, of course, they fixed that a long time ago, because normally when a product launches, they get all the major bugs worked out within the first calendar year. And then from then on, the product is pretty good. So I've really looked long and hard at this boat and thought about it. This is definitely the runner-up to the Perception Pilot in my mind right now. Maybe I can save up a little bit more money and go with the native Watercraft. A couple of YouTubers that I really watch and respect, they have a native Watercraft Slayer, and they rave about it, you know. So that makes me think long and hard about the native, the Slayer. They've got really nice paint schemes, but pretty much all of them do nowadays. They've got several options for you. They're very, very, very fisherman accessible. They're very ready to be fished. You know, I mean, as soon as you get it, you can go fishing. So that's another big plus for them. Finally, kayak number 3. A lot of you have been waiting for this one. Is going to be the Hobie Pro Angler 12 to be specific, but any kind of a Hobie fishing kayak would suffice for me. So everybody knows Hobie was the first with pedal drive, right? And they know that they were the first because they have the Mirage drive, which is the really cool looking blades that go like that instead of the regular propeller that just turns. For a long time, Hobie was dominating the pedal drive kayak market, fishing kayak market especially. And they had some issues as well, though. They didn't have a reverse. You know, actually, Native Watercraft claims that they're the first kayak with the reverse pedal drive. So I don't know if that's true or not, but Hobie had to make adjustments when other companies started making pedal drive kayaks. So Hobie upgraded and put a little reverse lever in there that you pull to put it in reverse. But everybody knows Hobies were the first, and they're quality. Everybody knows it. But what everybody hates about Hobie is how expensive they are. It's nuts. It's crazy how expensive they are. I think the Pro Angler's MSRP are anywhere from $3,200 to $3,500, depending on your options. That is crazy, guys. Spending $3,500 on a kayak. I mean, that's a down payment for a boat right there. Now, you know, I love kayak fishing. I'm probably going to do it forever, but I do want a boat one day, but, you know, I don't want a boat right now. But it's just hard for me to justify spending that kind of money, and I'm sure you guys have said the same thing. But the Hobie, the Mirage drive system, which is what they became famous for many years ago, it's top notch. You know, it reaches speeds that are superior to a lot of their competition. They hold up very well over time. They can take the punishment. The Hobies also, they're very stable. They're very stable coming out of the box. They're a couple inches wider than the Native Watercraft and the Perception Pescador that I talked about earlier. They're a little wider, a little bit more stable, and they are fishing ready when they come out. So as soon as you get it, you're ready to go. I don't know, guys. I've looked at all 3 of these. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do, but if you guys own any of these kayaks, or if you've heard anything about any of these kayaks, please comment. Let me know which one you think I should go with, because I've got to get a new kayak soon. I've been without one for about a week, and I estimate I'll probably make a purchase within the next week or so. So let me know what you think, guys. Cast your votes. Let me know what you've heard, what you think, what I should do. But one thing's for sure, I've got to get a pedal drive kayak, and I got to get it soon. So as always, guys, check me out on Instagram, check me out on Facebook, lojo.fishing on both. Subscribe if you're new to this channel. Like this video if you did like it, if you thought it was worth a watch. And hopefully the next vlog style video that I do here in a couple weeks will be a review of my new pedal drive kayak, whichever one I decide. So see you guys later. Love you. Thank you.